if the shepherd doesn't feed them, then they ain't gonna just let. That means the shepherd let them die.
자, 세 가지 결과가 찾아오죠.
So the three result.
자, 목자가 양떼를 버리게 되면
So when a shepherd give up their sheep,
죽는 자는 죽는 대로.
so the people, the shepherd let them die.
망할 자는
And then the people, I will not pasture you. What is to die, let it die. And what is to be annihilated, let it be annihilated.
그다음에 세 번째가 뭐라고 그랬어요?
And what is number 3?
세 번째가 여기 구절에 보시면
If we look at this Bibles, it says, let those who are left eat one another's flesh.
Entonces el primero dijo, la que no las apacentaré, la que muera, la que se pierda, y las que queden, que cada una se coma la carne de la otra. Estas tres cosas hizo el pastor.
자, 죽는 자는 죽는 대로, 망할 자는 망하는 대로. 그다음에 살을 먹는 자는 결국은
So I just told you that will I pasture you. What is to die, let it die. And what is to be annihilated, let it be annihilated. And let those who are left eat one another's flesh.
정리를 했냐면
And then the historian Eusebius said like this. Eusebius.
Josefos dijo lo siguiente.
이걸 삼중 재앙이라고 했어요. 삼중
He said this is the three disasters. Three disasters.
삼중 재앙.
Él dijo que estos son tres.
그래서 이건 뭐냐면 첫째 죽는 자는 죽는 대로. 죽는 자는 죽는 대로.
So,
이거를
What is to die, let it die.
¿Qué quiere decir?
It is a famine.
Que muera.
It is famine.
Se está refiriendo a la hambruna. Se está refiriendo a hambruna.
이것은 기근의 재앙.
Famine.
그다음에 망할 자는
And,
망하는 대로. 이것은 전쟁의
What is to be annihilated, let it be annihilated. It is a battle. It is a battle.
또의 혼란을 가리킵니다.
And let those who are left eat one another's flesh. This is a chaos.
그래서 이것을 삼중
This is a severe chaos. So this is the three disasters.
죽는 대로. 이것은 기근을
So the let it be die is famine, and let it be annihilated indicate war battles. And then let it one another's flesh is a severe chaos.
세 번째 살을 먹는 자는 먹는 대로. 이게 역사 속에서 두 번 있었어요.
But it really happened in our history that people ate people's flesh twice in our history.
Y esas tres cosas sucedieron.
첫째는 언제냐면
When was the first time?
아람에 의해서 사마리아가 포위되었어요.
When Samaritans were surrendered by Aram. When Samaria was surrendered by Aram.
Cuando Samaria fue destruida por Aram.
아람에 의해서 사마리아 성이 포위가 됐을 때 실제로
In reality,
고기를 먹는 아주
the
비참한
people
상황이
didn't have anything to eat, so they had to people.
자,
They had to eat people. Let's look at 2 King chapter 6. 2 King chapter 6, verse 28, 29.
Segunda de Reyes 6, 28 y 29. Segunda de Reyes 6, 28 y 29. Vamos a ver cómo esto sucedió.
Second King chapter 6,
Segunda de Reyes 6.
자, 먼저
verse 26. Let's read 24 first. Let's read 24 first.
시작. 이후에 아람 왕 베나다시 그 온 군대를 모아 올라와서 사마리아를 애워싸니 아람 사람이 사마리아를 애워싸므로 성중이 크게 줄여서 나귀 머리 하나에 은 80세겔이요 합분태.
So he said, now it came about after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, gathered all his army and went up and besieged Samaria.
어디를 애워쌌다고요? 사마리아 성.
So they besieged the Samaria castle. It was the capital of Samaria.
아람이 공격을 했어요.
But Aram attacked them.
군대를 이끌고 사마리아 성을 애워쌌습니다.
So Aram attacked them and they surrendered the castle Samaria. And then famine came.
그리고 아주 극도의 혼란이 찾아옵니다.
And then they had severe chaos.
자, 28절,
Let's
29절.
read verse 28 and 29. 28 and 29. And the king said to her, "What is the matter with you?" And she answered, "This woman said to me, 'Give your son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.' So we boiled my son and ate him. And I said to her on the next day, 'Give your son that we may eat him.' But she has hidden her son."
이게 기근이 찾아와가지고 극도의 혼란한 상황이 찾아오게 되니까
So since they don't have anything to eat, they were insane. They became crazy.
각자 데리고 있는 아들,
So they start to eat their children. So one day they're gonna eat another person's son, and the other day they're gonna eat another person's son.
오늘은 네 아들
So they just said, "We boiled my son and ate him." And I said to her on next day, "Give your son." And then they fight each other.
Y luego lo escondió. Entonces esas mujeres estaban peleando la una por
이게
con la otra.
목자가 양을 버리게 되면 양
So this is happened when shepherd gave up their sheep, and then they gonna came to this situation. So if the shepherd they throw their sheep away, then they came to this
두
result.
번째로 일어났던 사건이 언제냐면 AD 70년에 일어났어요.
And then the second happening was happened in the BC 70
로마가 예루살렘 성을 포위했어요.
when Rome besieged Jerusalem. So when besieged Jerusalem.
Jerusalén.
그러니까 역사적으로 이게 이스라엘 역사를 통해서 두 번 있었는데
So it happened twice in Israelite history.
로마가 예루살렘 성을 포위했을 때
So when Rome besieged
먹을 양식
Israelites AD 70, they have to boil their children.
참한 상황이 벌어졌어요.
They had to eat their children.
En ese tiempo ellos también se comían a sus propios hijos por la hambruna que había.
여러분 가장 무서운 심판이 뭔지 아세요?
So what is the worst judgment? What is the worst judgment?
¿Cuál sería el peor juicio?
What is it?
배고픈 심판 또
Famine,
¿La hambruna?
배고픈 심판 또
hunger.
심판이 가장
What else? What else?
¿Qué más? ¿Qué otra cosa sería peor? Peor juicio.
저는 하나님의 가장 무서운 심판
I think the worst judgment is He doesn't care us anymore.
Creo que el peor juicio sería
He doesn't care anymore.
que a él
이게 가장 무서운
This is the worst
가장 무서운
curse, and this is the worst judgment, I believe.
no importa.
목자 되시는 하나님이
So
양이 된
although
인간들을 그냥
God is our shepherd, the shepherd they don't take care of us anymore. They just let us do whatever we
내
want.
마음대로 살게
But from people's perspective,
그다음에
it's really such a freedom, and then the people can enjoy their lives.
하나님이 인간에게 내릴 수 있는 가장 무서운
But
저주이고
actually, it is the worst.
No, eso no es algo,
It is
lo peor que nos podría pasar.
most difficult judgment.
Juicio, el peor
하나님이 간섭하는 겁니다.
We really need God care. We really need God interfere. Please think about it.
하지 않습니까?
Since we love our children so much,
누가 자식을 포기
we really say something to our children. But if we give up our children, they don't say anymore. But there is no parent like this. But in really rare cases, if the children are so bad and they really never follow what they're supposed to do, like some parents, they don't say anything to their children, and then the children they misunderstand that their life will be good. But this is the starting point of destruction. This is the starting point of distraction. So the God's intervene is such a blessing.
목사가 간섭하고 야단치는 게 축복이에요.
So our blessing is the pastor say something
아무것도 얘기 안
something we really did like the mistakes or some error, then we really have to get something from our
야단치고
pastor. So when I ask you to do something, don't take it personally. This is just such a necessary moment we have to go through.
sientan mal. Hay
하나님이 간섭하시는 것이 축복이에요.
So the God's intervene is our blessing.
징계하십니다.
So if we go wrong way, and then God punish us because God love us.
Castiga, ¿por qué? Porque Él nos ama, nos castiga porque nos ama.
진짜 믿음 좋은 사람은요.
And then if someone has a really great faith,
목사님이 아무리 야단을 쳐도
although the
시끄럽지 않은 사람은
pastor really said bad things a lot, but if someone is not
Sermón que Él dice el pastor,
like he really takes it as a lesson, and that's the someone who has great
아주
faith.
인격을 깡그리
Like when I was with a senior pastor, I had the experience because senior pastor really scolded me very severely.
con el pastor ahora
And then one day he told me that I am sick.
밥 사 먹으라고 봉투 하나를 더 줬어요.
And then one day, my congregations gave me money to buy some food, but I forgot to tell the accountant. And then our senior pastor said there is a thief in our pastors. And then after I heard that, I couldn't sleep for 3 months. And then every morning I scolded like 3 months. And I was just so like hard time. I went through a very hard time
no haberle dicho al
쌍 욕을 하면서
because he scolded me with the curses. So after I have the experience, I have like trauma. So it really lasted in my heart for a long time.
처음에는 그것 때문에 굉장히
So at first, it was so hard. But as time went by,
무슨 생각이 드냐면
what I thought was,
비워서 야단을 칠까? 사랑하기 때문에 야단을
does it really hate me or does it really love me? But I believe that
그 야단 친 것이
the pastor, the senior pastor, I found out, I've discovered that the senior pastor loved me so much.
야단 치면 싫어할 줄 알죠?
So of course he knows if he punish me, then everybody will hate him. But since he loves me so much, he keep
약한 사람들이 조금 야단
really scolding
교회
us.
나오네 안 나오네 그런 얘기.
And if the pastor they say something bad to the congregations, they are really hesitating to come to church anymore. Let's look at Rome chapter 1. Rome chapter 1. Romans, right? Romans chapter 1.
또 야단을 맞아 가지고
But I have that experience so many times, and I was determined,
성도들은 야단 치지 말자.
if it's possible, like I was kind of promised to myself, if it's possible, I really not gonna punish
제가 애를 쓰고 있습니다.
my congregations. I'm really trying to perform my determination, but the punishment is love.
하나님도 마찬가지.
Amen. Just like that, Romans chapter 1, verse 24.
Romanos 1:24.
자, 같이 읽겠습니다.
Let's read together. Therefore, God gave them over in the lust of their hearts to
그다음에
impurity,
뭐라고 그랬어요?
that their bodies might be dishonored among them.
그러니까 가장 무서운 저주, 심판이 뭐냐? 그냥 하는
So, what is the most scary curse? What is the most scary judgment? It is
남의 자식이니까 내어버리듯이
gave them over
내어버리겠습니까?
in the lust of their hearts to impurity. Think about it. If we love our children, then we never just let them be alone. Let's read verse 26. Verse 26.
자, 시작.
Begin. For this reason, God gave them over to degrading passions. For their women exchanged the natural function for that which is unnatural.
이와 같이 남자들도 순리대로
And in the same way, also the men abandoned the natural function of the woman and burned in their desire toward one another.
바로 동성애.
And this is the gay and lesbians,
하나님이 간섭을 안 해요. 그냥 내어버려.
homosexual. That means God doesn't care anymore.
남자들끼리 말이에요. 여자들끼리.
Just let men abandon the natural function of the woman, and people believe that that's love, but that's not love. That is a curse. That is a curse.
잘못했으면 야단을 쳐가지고 하지 못하고
If someone made a mistake, we have to punish them. That's love.
Tenemos que castigarlo y eso es amor.
자, 28절 한번 찾아보세요.
Let's look at verse 28.
자, 같이 읽겠습니다.
Let's read verse 28 together. And just as they did not see fit to acknowledge God any longer, God gave them over to a depraved mind to do those things which are not proper.
반복되고 있는 단어가 뭐냐? 내어버리듯이.
So in this Bible verse, the one word repeated 3 times.
양을 그냥
It says,
내어버려. 그러면 어떻게 됩니까?
give them over. Give them over.
망하는
So
자는
people who die, let it die.
살을 먹는 자는
And people who are annihilated, let it annihilate it. And people eat the flesh and let it flesh.
그래서 12장 한번 쳐요.
Let's look at Hebrew chapter 12. Hebrew chapter 12.
Hebreos 12.
자, 8절 같이 한번 읽겠습니다.
Let's read
자, 시작.
chapter 11 verse 8. Chapter 11 verse 8.
사생자요 참 아들이 아니니라. 우리가 잘못해도 하나님이 징계하지 않으면 그 하나님의 자녀가 아니에요. 하나님이 나를 버렸구나 이렇게 생각하지 마요.
So if the God doesn't punish us, means God give up us.
알 수 있는 가장 간단한 방법을
So what is the simple way to find out we are children of God or not?
마음대로
For example, like we commit sin the whole week, but our life goes very well. That means the God give up
근데
us.
내가 잘못하고 죄를
But if we commit sins and then the God block our way and then God punish us and then God give us the illness and disease, and this is the true children of God.
여기 뭐라고 말씀하고 있냐면
So he says,
자 12장
chapter 12, verse 6. Chapter 12, verse 6.
자, 같이 읽겠습니다. 시작.
Begin.
주께서
For those whom the Lord loves, he disciples, and he searches every son whom he receives.
사랑하시는 자.
And let's read one more time. For those whom the Lord loves, he disciples, and he searches every son whom he receives.